Okay. So the argument that we've been having so far is now. Look, I just want you to um, I want you to uh, kind of realize what we've been arguing about and why we've been arguing. So the whole point of this argument about polygamy and monogamy is it's not about really about polygamy or monogamy. That's just an example. The point is to show that by using experience and questioning experience, we can discover moral truth. Okay, so that's what we're trying to say. All right, we're saying that if you use experience, okay, human experience, and you hit human experience with questioning. All right, you hit it with the questioning. It will deliver a truth. Okay? It will deliver a truth. Analyze the experience with all relevant questions, bombard it with the questions, the truth will come out. The truth will bloom out like a flower, okay? All right? You just got to keep analyzing the experience. All right. So the experience that we are analyzing right now is this experience that is referred to as romantic love, okay? And what we're arguing, can you see that? Hold up. What we're arguing is that romantic love has a nature. Okay, we've talked about that. It has a nature, and that nature can be understood if we ask questions about the experience of romantic love. Okay, the nature will the nature of romantic love will reveal itself. All right, it will be revealed. All right, now I'm going to tell you a story. It's a true story, and this story pretty much answers the whole question, and then we can go from there. All right, now look, this is actually something that happened. And I think there's a movie made about this, and it might even be a book written about it. I think it's called The King and I. All right, so this is how the story goes. There was one of these sheiks, okay, in Saudi Arabia or somewhere over there in the Middle East. One of these rich sheiks that had these many wives. Hold on one second. All right, so this is how the story goes. There was a sheik in the Middle East, not sure which country. This rich Arab, okay, and he had the many wives, okay. Polygamy. Practicing polygamy. So let's just say he had 20 wives. I don't know if he had 20 wives. We'll just say 20. He had 20 wives, okay. The rich Arab sheik had the 20 wives. Now, what happens is, and this is true, like I said, true story. This British woman, this English woman from Britain, who's a reporter. She comes over to interview this guy to like talk about his life. Okay, so she's a British reporter. She's a British reporter, and a woman, and she comes over to interview and do a story. She's going to do a story about this sheik. All right. Now, the British reporter, because she's coming from England, all right, she's like this well-educated woman. She's like she's an intellectual, all right, because she's been to college, she's gone to university and all that stuff. But of course, over in the Middle East, these women are oppressed and they're not allowed to become intellectuals and go to college and all that kind of thing. They're kept down, right? So this British woman is an intellectual. She's smart. She's been educated. All right, so this is what happens. She starts spending all this time with this sheik, asking him all about his life and everything, and they like go out in his veranda, and in his veranda of his calash, and they have tea and all this stuff, and they spend all this time together, right? And the next thing you know, the sheik starts having these like romantic feelings towards this woman, all right? He actually starts to fall in love with her. And she also starts to fall in love with him, okay? So they're starting to have this, they have these romantic feelings for each other. A romantic relationship is emerging, all right? The romantic relationship is emerging. Romantic relationship emerging. Okay, so this is what happens. Eventually he says, I'm in love with you. I love you. I want to be with you. Okay. So she's like, well, what you have these 20 wives, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, they mean nothing to me. They're nothing. I'm in love with you. They mean nothing to me. They mean nothing to me. I am in love with you. Now look, what you have to be willing to do is you have to be honest about what's happening here, okay? Because there's an experience that we're questioning, all right? And we have to be honest to the experience. So the whole question is, why do the 20 wives mean nothing to him? Why? Why do the 20 wives mean nothing? Well, he tells us why. Because he says, I am in love with you. Okay? I am in love with you. That's what he said. I'm not in love with them. I'm in love with you. All right, now, what this is saying is very simple. And it's a very simple insight into the nature of romantic love. And that is, romantic love by its nature is exclusive. All right? The nature of romantic love is that it's exclusive. Okay. Now, what exactly does it mean when we say the nature of romantic love is exclusive? All right, I'll erase the board. Let's get on to that. Okay, hold up. Okay, now we're going to call this the mountain of man-woman relationship. The mountain of the man-woman relationship, okay? Now, here's the deal. When you're friends with girls, like you're at a party and you're like there's a bunch of girls there and you're all just friends. The whole thing about friendship is, and everybody said this from the beginning of time, okay? The more the merrier, okay? The more the merrier. Friends. The more the merrier. Friends, the more the merrier, you know? You have a bunch of buddies over to watch the Ravens game. It's not like, oh, I just want one friend. I don't want two. You want the whole group, man. The more the merrier, you know? The more the merrier. It's a blast, right? You got all your bros there watching the game. Now, romantic love, it ain't like that. Romantic love is like, this is what romantic love is like. There's all these girls you're friends with, okay? And it's like more the merrier. You're like, okay, you got 3 or 4 of the girls are around. You don't care. But here's the deal. When you're with your girlfriend that you're romantically attached to, you don't want those other girls around, okay? You don't want her friends around because it's a romantic experience, meaning she is the most precious out of everything. See, it's exclusive. You want just her. You don't, when you're with your girlfriend Kelly, you don't want Debbie, Jane, and Sally and all of them there. You don't want that. It ruins it, see? So the point about romantic love is this. It's exclusive. It's like, here you are up on this mountain, see? And the mountain is, here's the romantic relationship. It's up on this mountain. And why is it up on the top of the mountain? Because what she represents in the romantic relationship, she represents something that is most precious, okay? Most precious. And the only way she can be most precious is if it's exclusive. Meaning, how many people can be up there on that mountain? One woman. Now, this is what the sheik realized, okay? The sheik, okay? What was his realization? What's his realization? Okay. What he realizes very simply is that this British woman is radically more precious to him than all those other women, okay? She's most precious compared to all the rest of them. They're nothing compared to her preciousness. All right. Therefore, the only way to show or to express that is the exclusive nature of her, and all the rest have to be eliminated, okay? His very nature is to say, you are so much more than all the rest of them, okay? You are so much more. And therefore, insofar as she is so much more, the rest of them don't mean anything. Okay? So the nature of this being at one and this unity with this other person as the most precious is that it's exclusive. See? Look, the sheik doesn't say to the woman, the British woman, he doesn't say, oh, look, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. The hell, I don't want the rest of them. Oh, but there is one. There's one out of the 20 that I really want to stick with, okay? No, that's not the way it works. Because if there is that one, then the question becomes, well, which one do you want? Which one is ultimately the most precious? See? That's what the romantic experience is about. It's not like, oh, well, British woman, I really love you, but there's this other one. Well, then the British woman can say, well, then you don't love me, see? Because you're still clinging to this other, it's either you love me or you don't, see? The nature is it must be exclusive. If there's more than one, then it's not most precious. Then you're not in love, see? You've diluted it. You're not at the mountaintop of the romantic experience. The mountaintop can only be one. Because if there's two, it's not exclusive. And if it's not exclusive, it's not most precious. So the whole experience in the nature of romantic love is that it is the experience of making someone most precious, and therefore it's exclusive. And guess what? We are made to do it. We're made to do it. We're made to make one person the most precious. It's in our nature. Okay? It's the nature of love, romantic love itself, to make her the one. It's our nature. Normative. Hey, buddy. My son just got up.
Totally wrong.
And he's drinking my coffee.
Totally wrong.
I'm going to give you one more example real quick. I have a neighbor who's been single for her whole life. Okay, she's never gotten married. So recently, she met this guy, and they really started to hit it off. They went out to dates and stuff like that. So they're sitting down at this restaurant. They're sitting down at this restaurant table, and he looks at her and he goes, well, he literally said this word, okay? I'm not making this up. He literally says to her, is this exclusive? Meaning he wants to know, are you going to be messing around with other guys, or is it just me? Okay? Because see, that's the nature of romantic love, see? That's what he says to her. Is this exclusive? Am I the one, or are you going to play around? And she says to him, yeah, exclusive. And what that means is that dude ain't going to be going around looking for other women, and she's not going to be looking for other men, okay? Because the nature of making one person, which is most precious, which is the nature of our very being, desires that. The nature of that is exclusivity, oneness, not two. Two, and it doesn't work. So guess what, Farrell? You have been destroyed and obliterated, okay? The atomic bomb of romantic love has at ground zero has a pretty yeah, baby, yeah.